Okay, well, yeah, we got a request to get started. I am okay with that. Who would like to recap us?
I was not here last time, I don't believe, so I will leave that to someone else.
We were in the boats, and despite all our efforts to not go to Lake Town, we ended up in Lake Town.
We've gotten those elven boats.
So we made our way in the direction of Lake Town with fully intending to just like whoop, whoop, and just skirt the town and head on out. But there were patrols that pretty easily spotted our boats. By the way, we did in fact get 2 boats. I think we had originally said we got 1, but we definitely got 2 because we could not possibly all fit in one. So we have 2 boats. We're heading into town. Nick was very unhappy, more than likely very unhappy with us because Silas, the first boat was Silas, Drifter, and I forget who. It was Nick, Mox, and Radagast in a boat, basically. And Silas was just like, all right, let's paddle. And Silas was just paddling away. He was just going for it. And so they're like, yeah, Nick, there's no way that Mox or Radagast is paddling. So you're paddling this entire time trying to keep up with Silas.
Fantastic. I've got a
so he was
strength.
He was probably annoyed. But yeah, so we made our way up. We encountered some people kind of patrolling the edge of the lake. They just basically wanted to know, like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, and they were rather concerned by the not by us, but by, we mentioned the drakes, and they were very concerned by the drakes and any potential threats to Lake Town. They advised that, like, you could just go like stay at the edge of town, like it's fine, like we get that you want to like just get on out of here, but there's an inn like right on the edge of town, you can just go stay there. And we were like, a nice bed and hot food. And they also mentioned like a local pub, and we're like, hot food sounds real good right now. So we went and I believe haggled up the innkeep for a good rate at the inn. Melrain was able to successfully get us a pretty good rate. But Silas just went and just collapsed. He did nothing. I believe Drifter went out to a local bar trying to kind of
mysteriously in a dark corner.
Yeah, do the mysterious stranger in a corner. That's his go-to. And people were doing stuff. The main thing that happened was when we got up in the morning, Silas's little brother was MIA. He had gone, I don't remember where he was at the night before, but he was not there in the morning.
Wait, why was Silas's little brother with us?
He's been hanging around the whole time. Like, he's been kind of on him. He's been just kind of stuck on one of the horses most of the time. He's not.
He's your familiar. I've got it. Okay.
But so he was missing in the morning, and we went on a bit of a hunt trying to find him, only to eventually discover that he was on the roof of the inn with Radagast, who had slept on the roof.
Perfect.
He had been out playing with some of the other local kids that night that we arrived, and by the time he came back, they had locked the inn. So he was stuck outside, and Radagast was like, hey, come up here, and he slept on the roof with Radagast. Melrain did a little bit of shopping. She got some bows and like a bow and some arrows and stuff. And then we were headed out, basically not first thing in the morning, because the first thing in the morning was getting some breakfast and Melrain going shopping. But as soon as Melrain was done shopping, we were heading out of town. And that was where we left off. I am woefully incomplete on what Melrain bought. I wrote, Melrain picks up some bows and arrows. Subnote, also gets. That's the end of my notes. So I don't know what she also got, but whatever it was, I didn't write it down.
Yeah, I mean, you guys at least have food and supplies.
Yeah, we got provisions.
Yep.
Because Melrain left her. We traded in her donkeys back to get the boats.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
great. So you guys are on these 2 boats. We have Silas, Melrain, Drifter, and Trudale on one boat, Radagast, Nick, and Mox on the other, which basically means you have Nick. on the other. Because Radagast is fairly useless, and Mox, I think, is distracted the whole time.
Yeah, they're
Don't
just
we
like
have,
chatter,
like,
chatter,
a bunch
chatter.
of men-at-arms also. Can some of them row? I mean,
They
I'm
all
fine.
went with, didn't they all go with what's his face?
Yeah, Glorfindel, they took off
Oh,
days ago.
got it.
Yeah, he took like all of our men at arms when he went to deal with the Drakes.
That's fine. All right. Is there any way to rig up like sails for these boats?
They do have sails. I don't think anyone has any sailing experience, so I think that's why you would not try messing with them.
I
That
mean,
sounds about right.
that totally makes sense.
Melrain was
I'm-
working on some kind of like guidance system.
Yes.
And she did make walkie-talkies somehow.
So are
But she did
we
make
still
them.
in? We're still in Rivertown right now.
Yeah, we're like
Um,
just heading, we're like basically heading out of Lake Town.
Lake Town. Okay. Can we find a sailor and ask about, hey, how do we rig the sails on these?
I think you guys actually had that conversation when you got the boats initially. And so they tried explaining it to you, but you all having very little background and frankly not a lot of time, didn't really get very much from it. So
Yeah.
so it's not a thing that's impossible, but paddling is a lot safer, is what I'll say.
Yeah. Not knowing
You
what
are
you're doing
going-
and catching
You
some
are going
unexpected wind.
downstream.
Yeah, we're going with the current, to be
Okay,
fair.
good.
It's just that Silas was bored and started paddling and just started leaving Nick's boat because he was just paddling.
I'm going to request that Silas doesn't do that this time. Let's just go with the flow. We're not in a huge rush, right?
Sure, sure.
As you're like, you're not in a huge rush. Radagast kind of comes out of the usual, like he's just kind of like looking around at the trees and the river and that kind of thing. And he looks over at you. He's like, "Well, the Black Riders are surely after us.
The what now?
The Black Riders. They must be looking for the ring, and we've got it."
All right. So I guess we paddle.
It's fine. It's just a good arm workout. Good arm workout.
As
Every
far as I
day's
can
hard.
tell, we
For the
don't put
record,
check
Silas was,
marks
like,
next to attributes.
Silas was initially paddling this like exclusively on one side of the boat. For the record, he had like up until like yesterday, he had no concept of how to like properly paddle a boat.
I just pitch in on occasion to make sure we don't go in circles.
Yeah, Drifter was course correcting us for the first little while until Silas finally got the hang of it.
So I'm not making the suggestion because I just want Silas to do all of the work. But since we're going into relatively unknown territory, it might not be a bad idea to lash the boats together, especially since we're going to be relying at least somewhat on the current.
If you want to tie them together, go for it. I don't know how to do that.
Do we have rope?
I'm sure we do.
All right. Is there a specific skill that you want for this, Eric?
Sleight of hand.
Someone want to give me a hand with this?
Uh,
You don't want me giving you a hand with it, but I
Anyone?
can try.
Trudale, Silas's younger brother kind of scampers over and lends a hand, Nick.
Cool. But not enough. Nope. Those are all failures.
Cool. So you try lashing them together, and I think that as you're doing that, you realize that lashing them together the way that you were thinking is in some ways going to take the advantage of Silas's paddling, but more importantly, you're going to lose some dexterity of like navigating the river and going around rocks and that sort of thing. And so in actuality, you have a little bit more mobility and dexterity with them acting independently.
All right, so what I would like to do then is I still want the two boats tied together, but it can be like 50 feet of rope and it can be slack all of the time. This is just in case something would separate us or we end up in rapids or something like that. I'm not going to rely on it to like keep us right next to each other or to utilize any of Silas's paddling, but I still want us attached in some way.
Cool. Okay.
And I
great.
understand
Yeah.
based on my shitty sleight of hand rolls that my knot work is not exceptional, but I'm hoping that even with a shitty roll, I can tie a knot.
I mean, yeah, you just like layer a gazillion granny knots on it.
That's
Right.
exactly what Ken would do. 100%.
Okay, so in the boat with Silas, Drifter, Millrain, and Trudale, who is in what role? So you need someone steering. You can have someone on lookout. You can have someone paddling. I think those are the major roles to occupy.
I would say Silas paddling, probably Melrain lookout and Drifter steering, or vice versa. I don't know, which would you be better for, Drifter?
Uh,
Lookout, I'm sure your perception is wicked high, isn't it?
I mean, it's like 50. That's not crazy, but presumably I'm probably a better pick for that. So yeah, I should probably be on lookout.
Cool.
For us, obviously, Nick is paddling. Unless Radagast objects, we'll put Mox steering and Radagast on lookout.
Cool. We can hear you, but
We-
not see you yet.
Working on it.
Cool.
We have just assigned you, if you're okay with it, to lookout duty for your respective boat.
Okay.
I think Mox was on steering. Radagast.
Or
was
was he?
on-
No, you was on steering. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
you were steering, and then Radagast was lookout. That's right.
Mox does have
Yeah,
like
you definitely
suits
don't
and
want
stuff.
Silas steering our boat. That sounds like a terrible decision.
It does.
Unless you need
It's
someone
from-
to like really lean on the tiller or something.
Yeah, just if we just need to go like hard donuts just the whole time, Silas is your guy. Like
Hard donuts.
just doing this the whole way. He is your man. That or randomly, more than likely, random chaotic swerving would be the name of the game if Silas was steering. Because I like to imagine the connection between this much of this direction causing the boat to go this way, like that's just too much. So it would be just like trial and error, and you'd be doing a lot of like this number down the river.
Getting seasick on a river.
Oh, 100%. You'd be getting very sick, and we'd be wasting a lot of motion going side to side instead of forward.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you guys head out of Lake Town down the River Selduin. The river running, major river that will ultimately lead to the Sea of Rune. And I think that you have a hope to meet up with the Blue Wizards in the east. And hopefully, continue your quest.
Yeah, we're still trying to do the mission
Yeah.
with or without Glorfindel.
As you leave Long Lake, the river narrows from the lake. The current takes you along fields on either side of the river. Partly cloudy skies. Pretty easy sailing. You see a couple of other like fishing boats and that kind of thing on the river. After you leave Long Lake, you continue along, and right around like mid to late morning, you see ahead of you on opposite sides of the river the edges of the forest of Mirkwood looming. You see trees off to your right, as far as you can see, pretty much. Off to the left, it looks like the forest ends not too far past the river, but both banks of the river, you see that these trees are sort of looming over it, and you see that even though it's partly cloudy, sunny, definite shadows being cast on the river as you guys are approaching the this point where the river passes through Mirkwood. You continue paddling. The trees rise up on either side. These huge trunks, these wide canopies, casting shadows over the water. Sparkles of sunlight still here and there coming through the shadows. The temperature definitely drops as like the air temperature kind of captured by the forest mists over the river, gets a little bit chillier. So even though it's like full, late morning at this point, sun's high in the sky, it feels very dim and cool as you see the banks of the river just lined by these massive trees that and some of them, the canopies almost meeting over the river that you're passing under. You guys continue on, midday, like have some snacks, all seems well. No real rapids or anything like that. Every now and then a boulder that you have to navigate. Nick, you're like, oh, I'm glad I didn't lash these things together. Like you might have been like cracked a hull on one of them, not being able to navigate them. But with what you've got, your 50 foot of slack between the two boats is no problem. And lookouts. So that's Drifter and Radagast. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
29 from Radagast.
Fail.
Fail from Drifter.
Yes.
Cool. You guys see Radagast kind of sit up a little bit. He's kind of looking around. He looks down the river, looks back, looks down the river again, kind of squints his eyes. He's like, it's something. I see something across. It's stringed across the river. Like white strands, thick white strands, crisscrossing all over the river, downstream a bit.
I squint. Can I see these now?
Yeah, anybody can give me a perception check.
Sure.
Not quite a critical failure on my perception check.
Yeah, not same. And 94 is not quite a critical failure.
I succeeded.
Did succeed? Yeah, Mox, as you're looking where Radagast is pointing, you see sunlight reflecting off of what is in actuality and in your mind, the best description is a web work of white lines crisscrossing the river and all of the trees, forming maybe not an impenetrable, but certainly a fairly dense network of webbing. And you see some movement on the webs, some little black creatures crawling across them.
Can we stop the boats? Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
you guys can absolutely at least like paddle backwards to halt and like get the boats close to each other. There's even like a couple of rocks that you can like hang on to and arrest your movement.
And how far away is the beginning of this obstacle?
It's probably like 300 or 400 yards. You got a pretty good view of them.
Radagast, are those spiders?
Oh, well, now that you mention it, Professor Mox, I do believe they are. I do believe they're Mirkwood spiders. Quite horrible versions of the specimen, if I do say so.
But they are very small.
No,
they're very far away.
They're like terrier size, and they're quite smart as well. They're smart enough to talk to, at least. Terrible monstrosities.
So
Not part of the natural order at all.
talking to them would be not useful then?
I don't know why they have strung up the webs as they have.
Oh, so someone maybe has already talked to them.
I think I have an idea of why they've strung up webs like that.
Well, in that
Um,
case, stop the boats. There are giant spider
Yes,
dogs.
yes. Let's
Cool.
not let's not get
You guys
tangled up
find
in
a
giant
rock.
spider webs.
You find a rock in the middle of the river. Silas, you kind of put out your hand to arrest the boat. Nick, the same. So the current's swirling past you. You guys, everyone now can see this network of spider webs crisscrossing the river. Some of them hanging down to the water line, and you see skittering across the webs a fair number of little black-bodied creatures.
Can I make it to the shore from here?
Yeah, you can definitely make it to either shore. The shore is whereas the river it's just dim, the shore is fully darkness. The massive canopy of Mirkwood here thrusting everything into shadow, dense, huge tree limbs, looking off into the shore. It seems foreboding.
I could try to sneak up on them and set the webs on fire. Then we can sail on by, and you guys can immediately pick me up, please.
That works for me. Would you like any help with that?
I would surely appreciate it if you would cover me while I sneak up on the horrible talking spiders.
If we set the webs on fire, will we not also set the forest on fire?
I look at the giant looming Mirkwood trees. Does that seem likely?
It does not seem likely. No, you think that you would have to be extremely determined to set one of these things on fire.
I think we'll probably be all right.
All right. Silas is like, I could go over on the other bank and just make a bunch of noise, and while you do your thing, they all look at me, and then I jump back in the boat, and we go across. Sound like a plan?
That sounds fantastic. Would that give me advantage on my dimness roll?
Yeah, that sounds good. Anyone with the basic, most basic grasp of tactics realizes that this is possibly a suicide mission for Silas.
Well, the thought is, and I get that, but if I can get up fairly close to them and burn their webs down and dump them into the river, I'm kind of counting on the webs like going up fast. Maybe stay on the
Silas's
boat.
plan, for the record, is to like go over to that bank. He's not gonna go like up to the webs. He's gonna be like a little ways back and just pick up a handful of rocks and just start chucking rocks at him from like up the bank.
Can you swim?
Is there a skill for swimming? If so, I
Athletics.
don't have it.
Yeah, there is. I don't think any of you can swim.
No, it should just be athletics.
Is there?
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, my athletics is great.
Yeah, because there's not a separate swim skill.
Yeah.
Okay, my athletics is awesome. I've got an 85 athletics.
So I understand risky, but you just throw yourself into the river. I mean, I'm assuming
That is
spiders
that
can't
is the plan.
swim.
Yes, is to like get a bunch of attention, and if they start running at me, just go dive into the river.
Okay, I'm willing to give this a shot.
Yeah, Silas is gonna go like on the opposite bank from Nick, and stay like a good ways off from the. How far does Silas reckon he could throw? Like, if he could like find a handful of rocks,
Yeah.
how far does he reckon he could throw some rocks?
I mean, 50, 100 feet, pretty good range.
He'll go to like just inside the limit of how far of like he wants to be able to hit the web, basically. Or the spiders at this edge of the web. So he'll go close enough to do that, 50, 100 feet away, somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay,
As he's
so we're
getting ready to-
we're dumping Nick off on which shore, the right or the left?
Left.
Okay, and then Silas is dumping on the right.
Silas is on the right.
Okay.
All right. Before they actually dump me off, though, I'm going to focus my will, murmur the mystical words that I know, and attempt to become dim.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Silas is collecting rocks on his bank.
And I will spend 15 points of luck to make that work.
Brutal.
Ooh, ow.
Oof.
Yeah.
Right. And do I have a flint and steel torch, something like that?
Yeah, you guys definitely have fire making capabilities.
Okay. Well, I will make my dim way along the edge of the riverbank with a torch. Hopefully, I will be unnoticed.
Okay. And then you guys dump Silas off on the other bank. What is everyone else doing while these things are transpiring?
Cover us as best as possible, please.
Yeah, be close
Sure.
by with the boats, please. That would be great.
Yeah, seems good. Yeah.
Okay. How are you guys going to go further downstream? Because I think you understand that both.
Yeah, we're still like
Nick
several
and
hundred feet away.
Yeah, you're quite far. So are you gonna let Nick and Cyrus get ahead of you, and the boats hold back, and then hopefully the boats sail through, and then they pile on?
Yes, that's the idea.
Okay.
In particular, if the river, like we're going downstream, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to be further back than we think, not further forward than we think.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right, Nick. So what's the effects of dim?
The effects of dim are, hang on, do I have this written down? It basically makes me not invisible, but unnoticeable and unremarkable. People just
Cool.
don't pay attention to me. I don't matter anymore.
Got it. Okay. And then Silas, you're gonna grab some rocks and get close enough to hurl them.
Yeah, Silas is just hurling rocks at the spiders, trying to basically draw attention away, draw attention over to this bank rather than the opposite bank,
I see. I see. Okay, cool. Give me
so that
a,
any spiders will like skitter their way over in this direction away from Nick.
yeah. Give me a perception check.
Sure. I can't see how this could possibly go wrong. I exactly hit my 11 perception.
Oh
What?
god.
Ooh, spend like
As I was saying, I
7
can't
points
see-
of luck and make it an extreme success.
Wow.
My
Um,
perception is awful. I have no intelligence here.
Totally bonkers. Okay, Silas. So your boat dumps you off. You pick up some rocks, start heading down shore. As you do so, you're kind of like scanning. You're mostly like looking at the river and the webs. Every now and then you kind of scan the forest. As you look into the forest, it's not pitch black. It's just very, very dark. You do see movement on the ground of creatures in the forest. I don't know that I would use the description all around, but that is definitely the sense that you are getting is that there are things on the ground in the forest. They're not like right up against you, right? Like maybe 50, 100 feet away, but you see things skittering between the tree trunks that look a lot like whatever's on the spider webs there.
Silas's note to self is better hurry. Like, so how far away is he from the spider webs right now? Has he gotten within throwing range? If not, he's about to take off sprinting.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you hadn't quite gotten in throwing range, so you see that and you start sprinting. Everybody else sees this transpiring. Incidentally, everyone's lost track of where Nick is. Okay. I think let's go ahead and enter initiative so that I can keep track
Sure.
of
My dex is
who's doing
30.
what. Okay.
70.
Wait, do we just roll decks? Is that what we do?
Yep.
Is it roll dex or is it just
Nope.
So
dex?
well, so I was looking back at my notes and we're going to order it based on dex, and then if there is a
There's a
tie,
tie, we
then it's
roll.
going to be dependent on if you made a success or not. And then if you made a success, if you made a hard or extreme success. So go ahead and roll your dexterity, just in case there is any tie there.
Nope. A good old 69 of 30.
Nice.
No, definitely failed.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna start at the top with Drifter. Drifter, you spot you've lost track of Nick. You see Silas starting to pick up speed. And you see further into the wood canopy, like there's some movement that's making its way towards Silas. You also see on the webs these creatures orienting towards Silas. It's unclear to you if any of them can close to him immediately, but it looks like they're aware of him and are going to get to him shortly.
Okay, I say we start paddling our boat that way.
Okay, cool. Great. So we start paddling.
And me and Mel, I assume we just kept the same complement of people in the boats.
So yeah, it's just you, Melrain, and my little brother.
So Melrain and I can double paddle.
Okay, cool. Okay, and then Nick, you're creeping along unnoticed apparently by anything. You get to the edge of the web, like the furthest straight stretches of it on the shore. If you want to get further in, you can take your action to do that. Otherwise, you can try to set fire to the edge of it here.
I shove my torch into the ground, dip an arrow into the flame, and aim for what looks to be the most structurally important part of the webbing.
Cool. I love that. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Beautiful.
Regular success.
Nice. You guys see kind of sailing out of nowhere a fiery arrow hits in some of the webbing in the middle of the river, and it starts to smolder. This greasy black smoke is puffing up from it, and some of the strands start to melt away from it. They don't really catch fire per se. It looks like they're more melting away from it. Okay, Melrain is paddling. So you guys are making some pretty good speed. Adonis.
Are we close enough to throw rocks at spiders that are pursuing Silas?
Not where you are right now.
Okay. Then I guess I will just help paddle.
Okay, cool. You're gonna take
Question.
paddling details. Bad guys.
So that's
Si-
both boats headed this way at this point, correct? If Mox is
They're not. So they're headed downstream. They're not headed
headed
towards you.
downstream, not headed
Yeah.
for me, but headed downstream.
Yep. Okay, Silas, looking around, you see about 5 terrier size, horrible black bodied spiders with these like terrible little pincher things. But then you see that they also have like human shaped mouths behind those pinchers. And 2 of them hiss at you and say, "Man thing, do not disturb our web." And then they're going to launch themselves at you shortly. That took their turn getting to you.
Yep, that sounds horribly disturbing.
Okay, Silas, that's you.
Silas is gonna nope one out of this. So
actually, first of all, go ahead and give me a sanity check, please.
Sure,
We finally get to
sure.
play with sanity. I love sanity.
A+. That was an ace, that sanity check.
Yeah.
Not even close. My sanity is 60 and I rolled a 13.
Ooh. Damn. I kind of like to imagine that Silas isn't
The
really like,
implications of this just haven't settled in.
yeah, exactly. Like he's not processing it at all. It's just like, what the fuck is this thing? Yeah.
It's
horror-
weird and it's freaky, but
Yeah.
like the level of unsettling that most people would find is just beyond him.
Exactly. Yeah.
It just
it.
doesn't settle in how utterly disturbing this is.
Yep. Yeah, so there's 5 of these things coming at you.
Yeah, he was gonna like throw some rocks and try and attract attention, but it seems like him running kind of did that already. Is there any point? Is there any point in throwing a rock at this point, or should he just be like
Just
Nope,
get in the
and
water.
jump in the river.
Just go.
Well,
that's what I'm
so
thinking is-
the spiders that are on the webs that are strung across the river have like oriented in your direction, but now that the boats are paddling, they'll also, their attention seems to be split. So the
All right.
ones on the webs are not coming off of them onto your side of the bank. You see that some of the webs are melting from a fiery arrow. It looks like that's maybe going to take a little bit of time to really like dissolve them all, at least.
Okay. Can I hurl a rock at one of the ones that oriented towards me and then dive into the river?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll your throwing.
Cool. Hey, that is I'm going to spend one point of luck and turn that into an extreme success.
Ooh, nice.
That is so
Um,
worth 1 point of luck. I will totally
yeah.
take that.
Incredible. That exceeds this spider's success on dodge. So go ahead and roll a D3 and add your damage bonus to it.
All right. Oh man, my damage bonus is nice. I like my damage bonus on Silas.
Yeah.
All right, so this will be the D3. So that's 1 point plus 4.
5? Damn.
Yeah, he's got a 1d6 damage bonus.
Yeah. So you wind back, hurl a rock. You see it crack into one of these spider things on the web spanning the stream. It crit fails its con check on that major wound, topples off the web, splashes into the water. All of the other spiders on the web look shocked. You get a sense of shock and surprise as they orient towards you. You
Mission accomplished, I guess.
You see that having knocked one of them out and probably killed it, it's like how would you feel if someone killed Trudale, basically, is the sense that you're getting from these spiders. Like, they're sentient enough to understand like connection. And you just killed one of them, apparently. So
into the river, right immediately now.
Just dive right in.
Yeah, I'm going straight in. I know, like, all right, mission accomplished. Into the river, and he's just going to start swimming. Not necessarily for the boat, because he understands that the boat is headed his way. He's just swimming for like away from the bank,
right?
Where
Okay,
all
cool.
these ones were just at.
Awesome.
Like, he's swimming basically to the middle of the river, trying to intercept the path of the boat whenever it gets here, but he's just going to the middle of the river.
Cool. Okay, Drifter paddling. You see that the webs are draped sufficiently low on the river that you think it'll catch there is a mast. I said that there are sails. You guys just don't know how to use them. You think it'll catch the mast. You might be able to generate enough force to break through, you think. And then there's also the question of like the spiders and the webs over. You don't know if they might jump down or something.
It sounds like a physics problem. I'm going to ask Moraine what she thinks.
Oh,
do we need to take on the mast?
Yeah, like go for the best when you need it. Yeah, Melrain just turns to you and shouts, "Faster!"
All right.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Oh, geez. Probably no way, but we'll see. Yeah, no, fail.
Cool. Okay, you're paddling your best, but not able to generate too much more speed. Nick, you see the effects of that burning arrow, and the arrow, it melted some of the strands, and it's falling down and kind of melting as it goes. You think that you probably have done like 10% damage to the meaningful structure of the web work here.
Mm-hmm. Have I noted that it looks like the boat's mast is going to plow into one of the webs?
Yes.
I'm targeting that web with another flaming arrow.
Awesome.
That's a regular success.
Hey, Nice.
Actually, could I,
do it.
quick question before I let that ride.
Yeah.
In circumstances like this, would it be meaningfully different for me to have a hard success?
No, not against
Okay.
a static target like this. If
That's
it
what I
was
thought. I
against
just
a
wanted to check. So I was
opponent,
fairly close to being able to bump that, to a hard success by luck.
got it. Yeah. No, I mean, just getting the arrow there. So you land it a little bit closer to the river line. There's like one really big silken strand hanging down. So you kind of landed it a little bit above that. It starts to melt through the strands. It hits that big one, melts through that. And you've made a reasonably meaningful path for them to navigate through the webs for the most part. There are a couple other like little strands that might catch, but the main mass is fine.
Yeah,
Is the,
weakening, softening
are
up
the
the
boats
target. Good.
ahead of me downriver now?
No, they're still upriver of you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stay here and continue to launch fiery arrows at the web until the boats kind of come close to abreast, and then I'm going to throw myself into the river.
Okay, cool.
I will do that much sooner if spiders appear to notice me.
Okay, there we go. Okay, Melrain is paddling, not particularly successfully. Professor Mox, you see kind of what's happening here. You are within stone throw range of some of these things that are skittering around the webs. If you want to try to nail one of them, you realize that even though it seems like the strand that was going to block the boat now is burned up, these things are skittering all over and would easily be able to fall onto the boat.
How many of these things are in our path? Arbitrary number.
It's a little difficult to get a count because they're kind of moving all over. You count like between 6 and 10 on the web work across the river, and then the ones around that were attacking Silas, you see a small horde over on that right-hand bank.
Yeah, it seems silly to throw resources at some number of spiders that would, however many we kill now, some number will still fall on the boat. I will ready an action to hit anything that lands on the boat. I will be done.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna ready an action, or would you rather spend your energy to try to paddle?
I mean, we're going downstream, right?
Yes.
And the
How long is it going to take to get up to the webs?
So they had been holding pretty far upstream, so next round they'll be at the webs.
And also, how far away are we from the two people who are swimming to the boat? Do they need any kind of help getting there?
Yeah, Silas is not going to catch up to you right now. Like, it's probably going to happen further downstream, but he looks like he's swimming strongly, and you have no idea where Nick is.
Oh, so this seems like an easier move. I will grab some rope and I will throw it at Silas. I'll weight it and throw it.
Oh, cool. Okay, great. Go ahead and do your throwing.
I succeed. I'm 1 point
Nice.
below my skill.
Love it. Rope goes out, splashes in the water right by Silas.
Did you weight the rope with a jar of of preserves?
I did not. I weighted it with whatever is appropriate to the setting and era.
Fair.
Okay, bad
Waste good
guys.
preserves.
Yeah, those are valuable.
Okay, so the spiders do not jump in the water after Silas. It looks like they are mostly arraying it looks like the ones that are on the webs are kind of skittering down toward closer to the water to jump onto the ships as they pass under, which will happen next round. Silas, this rope lands in the water right next to you. You can grab it and easily haul yourself back to the boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna haul myself back to the boat and get ready for engagement with incoming spiders.
Cool. You unlimber your woodsman's axe.
Oh yeah, axe is at the ready.
Awesome.
I imagine he left the axe in the boat because swimming with an axe is
Right.
ill-advised. So he gets himself back in the boat and picks back up the axe and gets ready to fight.
Awesome. Okay, back at the top, Drifter, you guys are just now passing under this network of webs. The main one that the main mast was going to catch on seems to have melted. So the ship is more or less going to barrel through, but you think it might still get stuck.
I
More speed.
How quickly can we make fire?
I think you could make fire this round, but you wouldn't be able to like make fire and then shoot off arrow with it.
Oh yeah, I was thinking having it for next round.
Right.
Do.
Could we try to like slash the?
Yeah, I mean, Drifter has a sword, so you could certainly like get up on the bow and take your sword and try to cut through this stuff so that it minimizes the risk of
Sure.
stopping the ship.
I'll try that then. Say light blades.
Yep.
And success.
Nice. So you snicker stack, hit through these webs, part them. The boat is going to pass through and not get caught. At least your boat is. The other boat may have some problems. Fantastic, Drifter. Nick, you
Okay, so
so
one
the
boat-
boats are more or less, the boats are just passing under the webs at this point, so they're pretty much even with you.
Okay, and I see Drifter cut through the webs and clear a path for his boat. Does it look like the other boat is going to get snagged?
It looks like the other boat is potentially going to have a challenge depending on what Adonis and Radagast do.
I'm going to go ahead and aim for those webs.
Okay, great.
That is a regular success.
Hey, nice. You land another flaming arrow, melts through a bunch of the webs, and is going to make it much easier for them to get through there. Are you movement wise just kind of still hanging out, or are you going to ditch into the water?
So I don't know how the action economy works. What I would like to do, I've got that torch that I basically like shoved into the mud by the river's edge.
Yep.
I want to pick that up and toss it into the woods, not to accomplish anything other than give the spider something to focus on as I leap into the river and begin swimming for the trailing rope that they threw to Silas.
Okay, cool. Great. You dump in, no problem.
Once I'm in the water, I'm going to drop dimness so that I
Okay.
don't drown invisibly.
Yeah,
Good move. Good move.
bit of a bummer. Okay, Melrain gets out her elven longbow and takes a shot at one of the spider things. Do you want to roll that, Ken?
Melrain?
Yep.
Sure. What's the
She has a 31.
critical? 06.
Ooh, shit. I mean, I'll roll my dodge, but I don't think.
Melrain's very excited to use that new bow and arrow she just purchased.
Right.
Puts a lot of oomph behind that first shot.
Yeah. I think I'm kind
Brand
of
new
imagining
bow.
like a lot of nervous energy. Like she's like,
Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
Chalk it up to the brand new bow performing well. This is a good bow. Purchased a good bow.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, go ahead and roll a 1d6 minus 1.
1d6 minus 1. 2.
Cool. She wings one of the spider things. You see some black ichor kind of splatter out as the arrow hits it. And it turns and hisses at you all. Not dead though. Adonis.
We'll throw a rock at that same spider.
Great.
We'll miss by just a little. I will spend some luck. So
Cool.
regular success.
Regular success. That beats its miss. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh man, stand by everybody. 1 damage.
This is what your character was built for.
Right. Yeah,
Damage
I mean,
machine.
you know, like hitting this little target, you know, is tough.
Oh, it's a fantastic throw. Adonis is very good at skipping stones. You
Exactly.
can't be in
Yeah.
his hometown. He's just a very old hobbit. So
Yep. Okay. You guys see the spider things hurl themselves at the boats. 3 of them land on Drifter's boats. Or Drifter's boat. 2 of them land on Mox's boat. One of those is injured. The one that you and Melrian nailed. Oh, Radagast has been holding his action.
Oh yeah, what does Radagast do
Fireball.
here?
Fireball.
Didn't ask how big the boat was. I said I cast fireball.
Radagast extends his hand and
Yes, fireball.
oh, that's a 99.
Oh no!
Fireball.
No.
Fireball.
Not fireball! Not fireball!
He's
Oh
like,
no, poor Radagast.
I think these vines will help us. And he reaches out, and you see some vines from the bank. That you're not sure what the intention of this was, but these vines wrap around a couple of tree trunks and constrict them. You hear the snap, snap, snap of wood, and these huge trees start toppling towards the boats. Radagast looks at it and is like, oh, I meant to do that to the spiders, not the trees.
Great. I'm glad I'm not in the boats. I'm sad about continuing this adventure all on my own, though.
Okay, Silas, you're in the front. You've got your axe. There are 3 of these spider things hissing at you. One of them, its human lips move. It says, "Man thing, give us the portion of the Dark Lord that you have." And it's like reaching a claw to grab at you.
But is Silas aware of the boats or the boat's impending impact with a tree coming in? Or
Yes. Oh yeah. Everyone saw that and sees
Okay.
this like huge tree about to fall and crush the ships.
Is it possible for him to like paddle our way out of this?
Yes. Yeah, you can if you were able to speed through, you would get the ship to pass by before it get crushed.
Silas is gonna yell back at those. He's like, he's gonna do that. But as he's doing that, he's yelling at the spiders like, "I'm saving you right now as well as me. That tree's gonna crush us all. Give me a minute." He's basically like, "Give me a second. We'll pick this fight back up in a second after we get through." Like, give me a minute. We're all gonna die.
I love this. Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Sure. All right, disadvantage. The first one made it. We'll see if the second one can also make it. Success! The 42 and a 56 with my 75 persuasion.
Insane. You see these 3 spider things look over at you and then look up at the tree. They kind of reel back and hiss, and they're like, "Save us, human man thing." And it
And I'm
looks
just
like
over here like paddling like a maniac.
it looks like they're on pause as well from killing you.
Cool. Perfect. This is exactly what Silas wanted. The like honorable, like, give me a second, we'll pick this back up
Yeah.
once we're through this and we don't all die
Absolutely.
from that tree.
Yeah, and somehow you convince these spider things to be on board with that.
Perfect,
Give me
perfect.
an athletics check now.
All right. Oh no. I'm gonna push this roll.
I was gonna say you need this to succeed.
I need this to not be a 99.
Oh,
I really need this to not be a 99.
so what are you gonna offer for a push for this?
I'm gonna say Silas. If this, if this goes poorly, oh gosh, how do I? Trying to think of what would be even fair to
I
But
mean,
put
I'm thinking
forth-
either injury or like disadvantage on like all rolls next round or something along those.
Oh yeah,
lines.
for sure. That either one of the yeah. I imagine if this fails, one of the branches of that tree is going to wallop Silas.
Cool. I love that.
All right, come on, athletics. I've got a really good athletic score. I just
Right?
need to not roll abominably. Nope. It's not a crit fail.
You know, it's not a crit fail, so that's an improvement.
I rolled a 90.
Oh,
Cool. Good
I have an
Oh.
85 athletics.
right.
I don't suppose I can also spend luck after that.
No.
I was like, I figure I can't do that with a push roll.
Yep. Incredibly, you only take 1 point of damage from the branch that falls on you and clips you. But rather more importantly, the tree is still like on route to
Careening
crush-
towards the boat.
exactly to
that's-
crush the ship.
That's real bad.
It is real bad. Okay, Melrain sees this and she's
Help.
yeah. She's not real strong, so paddling is not really going to do it. Ooh, she does have gadgets though. So she pulls out a little gadget that she uses to like shoot out a little line of string to a tree downstream and then like starts
Fishing line reel us
winding-
in.
Yeah, exactly. Starts reeling you in. Can you want to
cool.
roll that? She's got a 62 on this.
62. 23.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Making up for my abominable
Hard
rolls.
success.
last round.
Awesome. Yeah, so fantastic. So Melrain pulls you guys through. You don't get crushed, at least this boat does not get crushed by the falling tree. She pulls it through, disconnects from the branch that she had thrown it on. You hear the tree splash into the river behind you. Adonis, you guys, your boat is coming up. You see that there is another tree from the other bank that was killed by Radagast vines that's coming down to crush your boat. What's your plan here? And there's also 2 spider things on the bow of the ship that look like they're going to try to eat you.
Send Ka to murder one of the spider things. We'll throw a rock at the already injured spider thing.
Okay, love it.
So here's my rock throw. 34 out of 64 for
Cool.
hit.
It's going to try to dodge. It got a crit success.
Okay, so I miss. And then I suppose Ka will attack the other one. I successfully encourage him to do this thing. I don't know what the mechanics are for my dog fighting a spider.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the dog. I'm totally forgot about your dog. Sorry.
He does that. He's just a big shadowy dog.
Yeah,
Forget
big
about
shadowy
him.
dog.
Failure.
Yeah, this is why you had only 3 people in your boat, is because you had 3 people in the dog.
The dog is the size of
yeah.
3 of me. So yeah, I mean, it seems reasonable.
Cool. Yeah, go and roll.
I have no stats for him. I don't know if we ever generated, but I rolled an unmodified 20 percentile, which is probably
Cool.
good enough for a dog to successfully bite a thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we do have stats for dog.
Find them while you're doing this.
Okay, thanks. Go ahead and roll a D3.
A 3.
Nice. Okay, so oh shit, that fully kills it. Yeah, what's your dog's name?
Ka.
Ka, that's right, yes. Ka engages one of the spider things, kind of does a little dodge maneuver, feint, and then goes in low, comes up, grabs its carapace, you know, kind of does the terrier thing and tosses it into the water. And one of those spiders is out and drowning.
I really like the idea that he would be like a 140-pound terrier, some kind of weird fantasy dog breed. All of the characteristics, mannerisms, and behavioral tics of a terrier, but also huge.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Love it.
Could be like a Bedlington. Bedlington Terriers are pretty big. Maybe not 140 pounds, but yeah. Okay, that's Adonis. Okay, Radagast.
He's gonna try and undo his last
screwed up.
mistakes.
I don't know, he can't. He doesn't
Could
really
they
do
s-
levitation. Ooh, but
could
you
the
know what he
boat
could do? He could
swerve
speed.
or
He could speed the
stop?
river for a little bit. So he's gonna
Ooh.
try to increase the river speed here.
That is a very magical way of avoiding this problem. I love it.
Yeah,
There you go.
he's
Dog
just sucking
stats.
his rolls. Oh, thanks, Ken. If you want to take those down, Chris, for future reference. Okay, Radagast reaches out. You see the water start to swirl behind the boat to propel it forward. And he is just struggling to maintain control of it. Should he push this? If he pushes it and fails, this boat is definitely getting hit by the trees. If he doesn't
How
do
bad
this-
are his odds of success here?
he's pretty good. He's got a 70 in, fucking magic. He just
I would say push it.
keeps rolling.
He's
that
I mean, he's
way.
about to get landed on by a tree that he
Yeah,
pulled
so-
down on himself.
So as it is, it's basically going to be like a dodge check for everyone to avoid damage from this tree. If he fails, there's no dodge check. Like everyone's just going to eat the damage.
I guess that's probably a Chris question, seeing as he is the only one of us on that boat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's because Nick would be on that boat. That was
Oh,
Nick.
that's right. Yes. Uh-huh.
That was
yeah.
the boat Nick was with. Did you hear that, Chris?
It'll be fine.
Are you like to push it or to just eat the damage and try and dodge?
No, push it. Let's make stories.
Cool.
All right, let's see what happens.
All right, Radagast.
Come on, Radagast. No.
77.
Oh no.
Does he
He's
have luck?
tried to
I know he can't do
tried to
that.
get the current there, and he
Yeah.
creates like a miniature whirlpool, which actually holds the boat back, and it just gets completely creamed by the tree. Good news is the spider also takes the damage.
Yeah.
Mox, you and your dog are both going to take damage here.
I will attempt to dodge.
That's what I was saying is since
That's what
Radagast
he
screwed
said.
you guys up, there's no opportunity for dodging.
Ah,
Yeah, it was either eat the damage, boat definitely gets hit, try and dodge, or he
Yep.
tries to push it, maybe makes it out
Yep.
and don't dodge.
Okay. Nick, Ka, and Radagast all take 3 points of damage.
Wait, why am I taking damage?
Oh, I'm sorry. Mox, Ka, and Radagast.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick is like in the water behind this, watching the boat just get absolutely obliterated by this tree.
What
Emotional
exactly
damage.
happens to the boat? Is it like sundered in half?
So no, the boat takes damage.
Is it like
but
smushed
it
under the
has-
water?
Yeah, it has some degree of structural integrity to it. So the tree lands on the boat, crushes all the people, like get hit by splinters and branches and everything. The boat groans as it gets hit. You think that its structural integrity is compromised, but it is at least right now still floating. The problem is it is no longer going downstream, and the spider things are about to leap from the web. More of the spider things are going to leap from the web onto the tree and then skitter down to the boat. The one spider thing that was on the boat also took 3 points of damage and is still conscious. Okay, and then the so the spiders let's see, Silas, the spiders that you had gotten a truce with are just hanging there waiting, like they're
Gentleman's
they're-
agreement.
yeah, exactly. They're respecting what you had said.
Perfect.
All right, so that's the spiders. Silas, you've gotten your boat past the falling tree. You see that these 3 spiders are still on the boat. You look back, you see your companion's boat is stuck on the tree that fell on them.
And then a whirlpool and a tangle.
Is
of
there
and some.
is
noise.
there any way? So option A, fight the spiders. Option B, could I use the rope that we have tying these two together to like try and to just give it like a good hard yank and try and like dislodge it
yeah.
from that tree?
Yeah. I mean, with Silas's strength, definitely.
All right, that's gonna be the attempt. Is instead he's gonna look
Cool.
over at the spiders and be like, just kind of not even gonna say anything, just like a 1 second, and like turns and grabs the rope and just gives it a great big yank.
Insane.
As an FYI, my next action when it was my turn was going to be to swim up, brace against the tree, and push with my legs to try and dislodge the boat from the tree.
Okay.
If you want to play that into the story here.
Yeah, I mean, if that's going to be your action, then that can give Silas advantage, which is important because a regular success was not going to be fully sufficient to dislodge it. So you're going to need a harder extreme success to actually pull
Okay.
the boat through.
Perfect. Then so roll with advantage on that.
Yes.
Then
Yep.
I don't even need the second roll. That first roll was an 8 with my 90 strength.
Good Lord.
Oh, holy shit.
The second I rolled again just to see, and it was a 60. So
Nice.
I'll take the 8. I'll
Yeah.
take the 8.
So you look at the spider things and you're like, and then you like put both hands on it, pull on it just as hard as you can. You're like, your massive fuse bulging as you're like wrenching on this thing. You hear snap, 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 a bunch of branches crack, and you manage to pull the other boat incredibly out of that tree.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I imagine our boat probably like and just like arrested itself in the river for a moment
Exactly.
there as we were
Yep.
like pulling against their boat.
Yep, yeah. And you're like trying to use the current. Damn,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah, Silas is just like back at the back of the boat, feet braced against the edge to not go toppling over the side, and just gives it the just biggest pull.
Drifter, you feel the boat lurch. You look back, you see Silas doing some damn thing with the rope. There are 3 of these horrible spider things on the bow.
I don't
Well,
think
and
any
there's
of these
still-
have been damaged in any way.
They have not.
And they're still just chilling, right?
They're still they were chilling last round. When it cycles to them, they're probably gonna attack.
I know, I was gonna just stab one in the face while they were not like paying
Oh, yeah.
attention.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something dirty and underhanded if I can.
Just
100%.
boot him off the side of the boat into the water. Give him a nice stab.
Love it. Go and roll your sword.
I'll spend a wait. Is it the same result as a success? Is that the thing? If it equals your skill, or does it have to be below?
No, if it's
Equals or
equal or
below
less
is
than.
success.
Sorry, what?
Equal or less than.
Equal or less than? Yeah, I'll spend a point of luck to make that a success.
Cool. The case of a draw, the attacker wins. All right, so
Hey.
that's you. So roll your damage.
3.
Cool. You stab one of these spider things. It hisses and recoils and speaks a few words. Do you know the black speech, Drifter?
I don't.
Okay. You at least recognize it when it's spoken, that it speaks in this horrible, twisted, corrupted language. And that's a major wound. But it maintains consciousness. But it falls flat on its belly.
Cool.
Cool. So it is majorly wounded. Okay, Nick.
All right, so the boat is.
You were helping
Oh yeah, that's
Silas
right.
this round.
I
Yep.
was knocking him loose.
Yep, cool.
And now getting presumably dragged along with that boat as Silas wrenches it out from under the tree.
Yeah, I don't feel like I really accomplished much there, but I was ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
okay.
let
When
go
I
to
can,
pull, and
I'm
all of a
gonna
sudden
climb into the boat.
You like go to push and all of a sudden the boat just like lurches away away with you in tow.
Yep. Okay, Melrain's gonna try to shoot one of the spiders on the boat. Can he roll for us?
That would be a 78.
That is a miss. Okay. Adonis.
Yes.
There's one spider. It's pretty heavily injured, still on the boat.
I throw a rock at it.
Great.
Critically succeed. Extreme success. The best success.
Ooh, damn.
Mox
I don't
really
know.
wants this thing off his boat.
What does that do to my damage?
That's a good question. I feel like critical hit does something damage wise.
Because without any kind of
Ex-
indication, it's a 1.
Cool.
Blunt weapons deal maximum damage plus damage, but maximum damage bonus if any. Impaling weapons like blades and bullets deal maximum weapon damage plus an additional dice for the weapons damage.
Sweet. Then 4 whole damage.
Oh Jesus.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you hit this thing right in its like human shaped mouth, and the stone blows out the back of its skull. The thing flops over and jumps out of the boat, fully dead. Holy shit.
With it like opening its mouth talking, you just chucked a rock straight
Yeah,
down its mouth.
exactly. Okay. Damn. Okay, Radagast. Radagast feels like he's done enough. so-
Radagast, safety. No more spells until we're out of the boat.
Okay, I thought that last one would really do it though.
It really did it.
Really did it. Yeah.
Okay, Drifter, these 3 spiders are all gonna attack you.
The one's lying prone though, right? Someone's
What's
belly.
that?
The one's lying prone though.
One is prone. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, one is prone. So
Dodge,
your
dodge,
option
dodge.
is if you want to dodge, you can dodge, or if you want to fight back, you have the possibility of damaging them, but you need to get a higher success than they get.
But if
Yeah.
I fight back, it precludes dodging, right?
You want to dodge.
Yeah, you want to dodge. With 3 of them coming at you, you want to dodge.
All right.
Your
fine.
odds are better with dodging. You don't have the chance of, dealing retribution damage, but the odds are better of you not taking a bunch of damage.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
dodge.
I'll dodge then.
cool.
So do I roll twice?
No, just roll your dodge once.
Sorry, 1 second. A hard success.
Sweet. Okay, great. You successfully dodge out of the way of this spider thing. It incredibly doesn't hurt you. You guys see a few of the other spiders from the web launch themselves onto the tree that Mox's boat had previously been pinned by and start scrambling down. But there's enough distance between the boat and the river now that they're not realistically going to be able to board it. Okay, Silas, that's you.
Silas is going to turn back to the spiders that were so gentlemanly waiting for him and be like, give him a nod of approval, and then try and sweep them off the boat with the axe.
Awesome.
He's gonna
So actually-
he's making an attack with the axe, but I'm thematically I want to just like broadside, like flat side of the axe, and just send him sailing off into the river.
So if you want, this could be a maneuver.
Yeah, do a
instead
maneuver.
of-
We haven't done any of those.
How
Yeah.
does that
Um,
work?
Sure. What?
This
Fighting-
instead of
oh.
inflicting damage, this is shoving someone out of the way, etc. So sweeping them off of the boat, I would say, would count as a maneuver.
Sure.
So the first thing is to compare builds. You definitely have a bigger build than these things by
Yeah, for sure.
quite a lot. How many? What is your build?
Wait, so build is. I'm trying to. What is build?
It's down the
Based
bottom
on
right.
your size and strength.
Uh.
Down in the very bottom right of your sheet.
Oh, build is 2. Yeah, that's like a really
Okay, so
wacky-
no additional modifiers. Otherwise, most maneuvers use the brawling skill.
That's fine. My brawl's good.
Okay, great. They're going
Um,
to try to dodge.
all right. So just roll my brawl skill.
Yep.
They don't get to dodge. They resolve as if fighting back, but instead of inflicting damage, apply the effect of the maneuver.
Okay. There's a sentence: the opponent should choose to either dodge or fight back as they would when attacked normally.
Okay. I'm looking at the flow chart, so you're probably looking at something that has a bit more detail.
Okay.
Okay, that was a success
Okay.
on the brawl.
Okay. Okay, if you have a higher level success, the maneuver is successful. So 2 of them, you manage to totally sweep off the boat. Just
Sweet. Yeah, he just
Nice.
comes up and just kind of broadside of the axe, just like rakes them off. He's like, good job, and just yeah, like I said, nod of approval, like good job waiting.
Yeah.
You're basically your reward for waiting is that I don't cut you in half. It's that I knock you off into the water.
yeah, there you go. Right.
So this is him being gentleman in his mind. This is him being gentlemanly in return by not bisecting them.
Nice. Cool. Okay. Great. So there's just one of these spider things left on Drifter's boat. Drifter, that's you.
Okay, is it the one I stabbed earlier?
No, it is uninjured.
Ooh, all right. Okay, so success. Hard success.
Ooh. Gonna try to dodge that. And no good.
1 damage.
Solid one.
1, nice. All right. Yeah, you nick it. Okay, Nick still in the water, still swimming behind the second boat.
Can I pull myself onto that boat?
You're gonna have to catch up to it, so give me an athletics check.
I thought he was like pushing on it a second
I
ago.
was like right up against it when it got.
Yeah, you were right up against it, and then Silas tugged it.
Okay.
There is that rope trailing
That
behind
would
that
be a
mocks
hard
through.
success on athletics. Is that enough to
Right,
get me on the boat and still get an attack?
Yeah, there's no enemies on this boat. You could do
I
it.
know, I'm gonna fire an arrow at the last remaining spider.
Oh
on the
yeah,
other.
for sure.
All right, and it is already dodged once, right?
Yes.
That means I get a bonus die.
Ooh, neat.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Look who's
fancy.
reading the rules.
Ooh, that would be a extreme success with my bonus die.
Oh shit. Oh, you rolled a critical fail, so yeah, that's definitely it.
He's
All right.
probably just dead outright.
So that's going to be a total of 7 points.
Holy shit.
That bonus damage on the extreme there with piercing.
Oh, I
weapons.
wasn't counting the bonus damage. How does that work?
It was
Is it max damage plus an additional damage die?
for a ranged weapon like that. Are we counting? I don't know if it treats. It's impaling weapon.
Yeah, it's an
presumably
impaling
it-
weapon.
That's a
Okay,
good
it's maximum weapon damage plus damage bonus if any, plus an additional dice roll for the weapons damage.
Okay, wait,
So
I
if
know
it's a
it's counted
D10, it's
anyway,
1d10
but
plus
just
10.
As an FYI, that's going to be a total of 12 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
Extreme damage is scary.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
think
what actually
that's what
knocked
dropped
out Silas.
right?
That's what dropped Silas was an extreme damage.
Yeah. Yeah, the arrow just goes through and through this spider thing. It looks this expression, this very human expression of surprise on its face, and it pitches off the side of the boat, splashing into the river. You all have evaded through this web of these spider things of Mirkwood and are continuing on down the river Sylvuin.
Woo.
Yes. Good job. We didn't completely destroy our boats.
We did fine.
We only damaged one of them from a tree. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, Melrayan gets going on repairing that. She has enough gear to do that with some time.
Oh, good.
That was great fun.
Yeah, that would have gone really well if Radagast hadn't been helping us. If he would have just kept holding his actions, we would have aced that.
Hey, gotta spice it up. Gotta spice it up.
I really thought I used this roll really badly. I thought he would be helpful.
That was great.
70%
That made the
base
story
magic
so much
score,
more
that
entertaining.
should be helpful. But
Yeah,
when it's
either of those
not,
things would have.
oh boy.
I mean, that was basically like Silas double failing his 85 athletics check to
Right.
not get
Oh,
it,
yeah.
to not get hit by the boat. You know, like I rolled a 99 and a 90
Brutal.
on my athletics check.
Dang. Okay, cool.
That was great.
Fully
I
expected
loved
there
getting
be
to
some death.
parlay with the spiders for a moment. That was beautiful.
That was so much fun.
That was my favorite.
What were you fully expecting to have happen there, Eric?
Some death. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like there were a ton of spiders and
There were a lot of spiders. I thought
Yeah.
Silas was in for it when there was like, yeah, there's like 5 of them right here. Like,
Yep.
I feel like we had a pretty good plan overall.
You know, actually,
I mean,
you did, and that's
send the beefy guy over to potentially get mauled by spiders,
Yep.
and send the sneaky guy to go do sneaky things.
yeah.
Good plan.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the plans are basically the only thing that keep you guys alive in any of my games. Like
Accurate.
just like as is, the bad guys will kill you 10 times out of 10, and it's just the plans that keep you alive.
This was like our fastest plan yet. Like usually coming up with the plan takes
Oh,
a while,
that's
but this one
true.
we're like, yeah, let's just you sneak. I'll
Yep.
make noise.
Yep.
Let's do it. And we're
Let's
like,
do it.
yeah, sounds good. That was like the
Amazing.
fastest formulation of a plan we've had in a long time.
That's how to beat Sauron. Frodo snuck, Aragorn made noise.
Yeah,
Beat
exactly.
Sauron.
Oh
Easy,
man,
easy.
guys, we unlocked the secret to Tolkien's realm. This is very straightforward.
Silas will happily go make noise and be a big dumb target. That is like right up his alley. If you want him to do this again, he will totally do this again. This
mean,
was a
this is
great
kind of
success
like
in his eyes.
Multi-level, because we're doing this, but we're also like the making noise part of the broader plan.
Yep.
Oh wow.
That is
Oh,
true.
very
That
meta.
is very true.
Speed run any percent. Here we go.
So many levels.
Exactly. Perfect. This is like right up Silas's alley, being a big dumb, target. Perfect. That's what he's made for.
Okay, yeah, you continue down Silduin, Mirkwood looming on either side of the river, and eventually the trees recede, and you're looking out into a vast prairie that the river runs through, and yeah, you'll keep on going. Melrain repairs the second boat so that it's sufficiently waterworthy. So what's the ultimate plan here? So you guys are gonna try to find the blue wizards, and then at one point, like the plan was to go like rally the dwarves of Erebor. You fully bypass that. Rally the dwarves of the Iron Hills. Get the kingdoms of the east behind you. So I don't know that I've heard what your guys' ultimate like strategy is here.
I thought it was specifically going for the blue wizards.
I think the Blue Wizards was basically like the next checkbox on the list that we were going to try and hit, and then figure it out after that.
I think we're just trying to evade the Nazgul for as long as possible. Is our current
Yes.
plan, honestly.
Yeah,
Agreed.
evade the Nazgul, go find the Blue Wizards. I think that's our, and then like maybe eventually meet back up with Glorfindel. That's about as far into the future as our planning has made it.
Yeah, I'm not not really
I think we were
yeah,
not
don't really want to meet up.
keen on rallying a group of people to follow us around just to die a horrible death. That was our last discussion.
Yeah, I think that's why we went to the Blue Wizards rather than like the kingdoms of whatever, like this select few people rather than like all the people.
And theoretically, those select few people being principally combatants rather than, a 10% shell of combatants wrapped around an entire civilian population.
Right. So yeah, I think that was part of why we went for the Blue Wizards in the first place.
Okay, got it. So there's not much of a what part 2 is, I gather.
Not yet. No, we
Cool.
we had not really made it that far with our planning.
Part 2 was meet up with Glorfindel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
meet up with the Glorfindel, presuming he doesn't die a horrible death to the Drakes.
Which
Right.
admittedly does seem both likely that he will not die and unlikely that we will be able to find him again. But who knows?
Both true statements.
Fair.
I think small steps. Let's find the blue wizards. That is probably a significant enough opening quest for us.
Yeah.
Good
To be
point.
fair, that is like far and away as much as you're going to be able to communicate to Silas anyway. Like one step forward is about all he's got of the plan at any given time, regardless of how many more steps you guys have planned. So this is perfect for him.
Cool.
But and also,
wizards.
what's our ultimate goal here? I know our like assigned task was to distract Sauron in some way, and the plan that was given to us for doing that was raise an army, and then quiet part, die a horrible death
Wait,
somewhere far away from.
Do we
from
actually
that.
know that we're decoys?
Yeah, we figured that
I think
out.
we kind of figured it out. Yeah.
We know that we don't have the one ring, so yeah, just based on context.
Well, so we just keep drawing Sauron's attention as long as we can.
Yeah. Silas is basically like, well, we're here and we're probably screwed either way. We might as well, keep going. That was basically his attitude.
But so thinking on this, it might be selfish or irresponsible not to amass the largest army that we can, even knowing that they'll probably die.
I think if anyone has any proficiency or any points in history, you can go ahead and roll it.
I have storytelling.
I got folklore. Good old
I-
folklore.
We have myths and
Drifter taught me
stories.
some folklore.
That's it. We know nothing but myths and stories.
Yeah,
Nice.
myths and
Yeah, you can-
stories.
You roll any of that nonsense. Mostly I want history,
Sure.
but if you get good rolls on other nonsense, you can.
And it would take a spectacular roll for me to succeed in anything in this respect. Yeah, not a chance. That 70 will not hit my target of 8.
That would
Success.
be I'm gonna go ahead and spend a point of luck and make that a hard success on storytelling.
Okay. And Mox,
Mm,
any success?
I got a hard success on lore related to star signs.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I dig that. Okay, so Drifter, based on history, the problem is that the last history was thousands and thousands of years ago. So it's a little bit myth and legend, but your understanding is that the wars that have been fought in the past have been absolutely brutal. Like thousands and tens of thousands of people dying, the race of men and elves fielding their entire armies against Melkor and then Sauron, and just so many men and elves dying in these things. So when Mox and others are talking about, like the civilian populations and the consequences, yada yada, you're thinking about it from a global perspective of like, but if Sauron wins, that's worse, right?
Yes.
Than thousands and tens of thousands of people dying in battle potentially, and that that's basically been the cost in the past. Nick, on a hard success storytelling wise, every great victory comes with great cost, and you from a storytelling perspective, and you're not familiar with the specific stories here so much, but the concept of it, that the idea of raising a massive army only for that army to be killed, but to give another person a chance, that is heroic storytelling. And Mox, with the star signs, you're actually kind of out on the river. taking some readings at night, and you're seeing some indications that that while there is the potential for great suffering, there is also the potential for glory and success of a sort. And I think on that hard success, though, Mox, you read in the stars that all of the people on these boats are going to die.
Yeah, but we already knew that. That's old hat.
But seeing the stars reveal that to you, like, just,
Confirms it.
yeah,
We had
like,
suspected, we had suspected we were
it's-
all in a suicide mission. We know Mox knows we're on a suicide mission.
yeah, to come to it from deduction as opposed to this thing that you believe in, telling the real information. Yeah. So you guys hit the shore at night, kind of go over, set up a little camp, you're sitting around the fire, sort of mulling over what you've discovered, thinking about this history wise. What kinds of things are people talking about as the fire kind of burns down to coals?
If we are going to rally more people to our cause, do we lie to them about the ring?
Have to.
Nick is whittling one of the Mirkwood spiders out of driftwood. I think we do have to be honest about this.
If we are too honest to too many people, word will get out. Although maybe the Dark Lord already knows this is not the One Ring. The spiders said it was a piece of him.
But yes, but the One Ring
I
is
mean-
a piece of the Dark Lord.
I mean, we have one of Sauron's rings. We just tell everybody we have one of Sauron's rings. I don't see the big difference between all of them.
No. Silas isn't right, but he's not wrong in this case either.
Hmm.
Silas is going to attempt to whittle what Nick is whittling. He's not very good at it. I do have whittling as one of my skills. It's really low.
I also have whittling.
Yeah, I mean, you guys roll your whittling skills away.
He does not. He almost succeeds.
Oh, I'm actually really fucking good at whittling.
Yeah, I failed
Yeah,
horribly.
this is precisely why he's trying to copy you.
But a 95 won't do it.
Everybody's spider legs break because spider legs are really hard to whittle, it turns out.
Right?
He's trying to copy you and you mess up and he messes the same thing up. And then
Right.
you probably realize he was copying you and he messes the same thing up. I like to imagine he doesn't even realize it's a mistake until like after he's already hacked the leg off. Because he was just copying
He
exactly
looks
what
over
you
and
did
is
and
like,
assumed you were
spiders
doing it
don't
right.
have that number of legs.
He just assumed you were doing it right and copied your wrong answer, essentially.
So I think we may be getting ahead of ourselves. First, let's enlist the aid of the Blue Wizards. That might be enough to draw the Dark Lord's attention.
And they might know more. There are wizards. They
I
should be
glanced
wise.
over at Radagast.
Yes, they should
Wizards.
be wise.
Yeah.
Did anybody see back there? Those trees just like fell out of nowhere.
I point at Radagast.
That was
Yeah,
my
just
bad.
out of-
That was I tried to ask the vines to kill the spiders and they misinterpreted what I was saying and they killed the trees. It seemed like a good idea.
It did kill a lot of spiders.
I chuck my poorly carved wooden spider into the fire. An honest mistake.
Yes, I do my best.
But the trees, they just like fell over.
Like
Silas
magic.
is still not getting it.
Yeah, Radagast wiggles his finger. He's like, magic. Like Radagast is clearly like trying to impress upon you how awesome he is, and yeah.
Silas can appreciate the fact that those trees would have taken a lot of effort to chop with an axe.
Right?
So consider if like once he understands that Radagast caused that, like he's impressed, but also
Awesome.
like he totally still doesn't understand how it happened, but he's impressed.
Yeah.
If we can put things into axe chop units, that should help Silas. Like, think about how many axe chops this would take.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of axe chops to make
It
to
is.
make those trees come down. Those are big
It's
trees.
true. Especially
And they
that
just
quickly.
fell. That's why Silas was so impressed when they just like,
Yep.
yeah.
Outstanding. And
Um,
remind me again, so Silas has the ring, and then he also has a fake.
we had a decoy, but I think we like we Melrain pocketed the decoy or like packed back up
Okay.
the decoy,
Okay.
and they gave Silas the real ring.
Okay.
I forgot about that actually, that Silas has the actual ring.
Yeah. That's why the spider was reaching for you.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Silas definitely did not put two and two together there.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't send the dude with the actual ring of power off on his own to fight spiders. Or
No,
just-
it's
Yeah,
fine.
oh well.
It's fine. Don't worry about
The
it.
old triple bluff.
I made it.
Brilliant.
I made it back just fine. See, there was no issue. See, it's right here, and he like pulls out he like pulls the chain and like shows it, and then like puts it back in his shirt.
Everybody give me a POW check, please.
Silas like shows everything.
Go ahead and do it with advantage.
Oh, right.
regular success.
It's
You want me to
just-
roll for
oh,
Melrain?
man.
Yes, please.
Oh, I failed.
60. I don't know what her. Oh, wait,
Uh,
advantage
Yep.
30.
Cool. She's got a 50.
Wait, we're just rolling our
Just your PAL score
With
Yeah,
advantage.
should-
with advantage. Yeah.
Oh, with advantage. Okay, maybe that'll help. Yeah, no, I failed both times.
Ooh. Silas?
Oh, right. Oh yeah, yeah. We're good. I'll roll the second time to be sure. Yeah, we're good.
Cool.
That was a crit or not a crit, hard success.
Nice. Mox?
Also a hard success.
Nice. So you all see Silas pull the ring out. This big green chunky gemstone on it. This intricate gold work. And you all feel a brief moment of like of kind of longing, like, ooh, that is a cool ass ring. But then like draw yourselves back and remember it's evil. Drifter, you do not have that second thought. You see it and you're like, that's a cool ass ring. And you remember Glorfindel said that you guys were going to use it to like actually use it, right? Like put it on to help inspire the people of the East to join your cause. It's not just a symbol, it's actually using the thing that would enable you to do this. And Drifter, certainly with your knowledge of the history of Middle Earth, that jives with your understanding of these things, is that yeah, if you wear it, then you can use its power. And so I think Drifter, it just crosses your mind, like, if we're gonna do this, then we need to actually use it. And I think Drifter, you're also like, if we're going to draw the eye of Sauron, what better way than using one of his tools?
Glorfindel did say that.
I think you should keep that under your shirt, Silas. It's poison. No one needs to look on it. I glance around at my companions to see if anyone's eyes are glazed over.
Yeah, do an insight check, Nick.
Silas is like, I mean, it's just a ring, but okay.
This
Not
is kind of okay.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, everyone seems to be a little taken aback. Silas, you put away?
Yeah, Silas like puts it back under his shirt. He like tucks it back under his shirt so that it's not like hanging out invisible for everybody.
Yeah.
But Silas, given how like every time he's made one of these POW checks, he's like wildly succeeded it with his really high POW.
Understand.
He doesn't understand the importance of like why this is a big deal because it's never
Right.
been a big deal to him.
Yeah.
Daniel, you're doing good role playing over there, just staring at the screen, stroking your beard, obviously thinking about the rain.
Love it.
All right.
Oh, it
Guys,
was roll.
I do
roll.
need to call it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Never mind.
Do you guys want to do your luck checks?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's see if my luck improves.
What do I-
Hey!
Oh, let's see.
Got 2 points of luck.
Wow, I'm glad I didn't roll that in the game.
Oh.
That was a straight 100.
Ooh.
Glad that was not in the game.
So if I do get to increase
I
my luck,
also rolled
what do
over
I
100.
What's that,
what do I
Daniel?
roll to add? What I roll to add?
D10.
D10.
D10. Okay.
Got 6
1
points
point
of luck.
Cool.
plus. let's see.
The next time we are scheduled to play, Susan and I are going to be visiting Kara in Seattle, and we may be going to a dance that night. So I will email you guys when I have a better idea of what our plans are.
When did Kira move from Baltimore to Seattle? And also, why is she moving to all these places where people will mug you?
When did she move there? I was like,
It was a couple months.
6
Okay.
months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what was
Yeah.
the second part of the question?
Why is she moving to all these dumpster fire cities? She's like late by at least 15 years.
Oh yeah, Seattle is very expensive to live now. I mean that's like where she got a job, I guess.
Alright.
Yeah, I think work took her out that way.
But yeah, it's expensive. She's got a little, studio apartment right in the city. She doesn't have a car. She can get, walk and take public transportation where she needs to go. So
Alright.
we're gonna be visiting her for Thanksgiving.
All right,
All right.
guys.
Thanks for the game,
Thanks for
y'all.
the game.
That was
Bye.
great fun.
Bye, everybody.
See you guys later.
Hi all.